The devil is a ginger and has a beautiful red beard. A big old mop of curly hair that falls perfectly atop his ears. I know this because I've met him. Studied every inch of his face. I had time to memorize, see, I've spent time in his embrace. He lured me in with sweetness, honey dripping from his tongue. He told me he was worthy, and it was there his lie began. It started off so perfect. He stayed consistent for a while. I started to believe this man with such a perfect smile. We could talk on any subject. We'd sit around for hours discussing everything from food to God to politics to family, pets, and flowers. The discussions happened daily, with my legs draped over his lap, while we sat at the kitchen table, in the car, or my favorite, in the bath. His strong arms loved to hold me. His hands were sure and steady. He knew with just one simple look that I had fallen for him already. He kept me high on love and weed. We smoked it all the time. I wonder, did he keep me high on purpose so I wouldn't see the lies? But eventually, I noticed the games that he would play. He was confident, oh yes, but in a condescending kind of way. He prided himself on logic and boasted of his strength. His ability to care for me he would brag about at length. And I really thought he could too, till I realized there's a difference between actual care and just attention. Could his issue also be just ignorance? See, I don't know, because he thought himself superior to nearly every woman on the planet, simply because he was a man. No, seriously, dude made it a habit of saying so, out loud. But still, somehow he convinced me that it was in a sweet way, like it was all about protecting those who can should, he would say, and make the strong protect the weak. Men are superior in every way, like women were just sheep. But not you, Beb. Oh no, not you. You're actually reasonable, intelligent, and clever. Holy cow, your sister too. We disagreed daily, and often extremely, and on the subject of religion and politics, sometimes even vehemently. He would be shocked every time we disagreed, though, like he forgot that I have my own brain. He would interrupt me mid-sentence, speak over me, and derail my thoughts like a train, like a bulldozer, and I would say, "That wasn't my thought at all. You're missing my entire point." Most times, I failed to convince him, though. And so my words continued to go unvoiced. He was often so wrong, too. But even when he knew it, he had difficulties admitting it. Which, I get, we've all been through it, but I'm talking big trouble with a capital T. Especially when he found himself being wrong up against me. Or, really, any woman at all, it would seem. And in the place of accountability, gaslighting would appear. When forced with a truth he simply didn't want to hear. And me, having faced these troubles and experiences before, rather than stay in this kind of relationship, I ran for the fucking door. See, I noticed a pattern, and I acted quickly. I gave him a chance, but he acted typically, almost exactly like I thought he would. So I exited, stage left. But that cut him deeply. Made him feel bereft of my love like I was pretending. It confused me. Like, what the fuck? I thought this was the ending. Perhaps I judged too quickly. Perhaps I acted in haste. He finally convinced me to talk again, and as he held me in his embrace, my countenance softened, my judgments relaxed, my hardness melted away like warm candle wax, the temperature slowly rising. I fell back into his arms, into his aura, into his gravity, right back into his charms. I overlooked the patterns. I was focused on the potential. Even though I knew this run was essentially experimental. Because while I was stewing, I blocked him, thinking we were done for. He happened upon another woman who offered him something more. A chance at a real family. To have children of his own. Something he's always dreamed of. A chance that, with me, had already flown by years ago. I don't have the ability to procreate, not even the desire. So then he was faced with a choice. A new spark or an old fire. And the choice was excruciating. He really did put us all through an ordeal. I could point fingers all day long, I guess, but the pain, it was real. I could see it in his eyes. I could feel it in his presence. It put me in a state of bewilderment, though, with his love flowing in and out of quiescence. I struggled too, though. Why was I fighting? This man was the devil. Surely he was delighting in all of this. He could eat his cake and have it too. He was stringing me along, and he actually uttered the words, "I wish I could have both of you." But I must give credit where credit is due. And I have to take accountability for my part in this chaos too. I pushed and I fought. I called and I cried. I begged him to love me, to choose me. I tried and I tried to get him to see, to make him believe that I loved him for him and that I wouldn't just leave the next time I got scared, that I'd stay by his side. Problem was, he knew me better than that. He could tell it was a lie that I was telling myself to feel better about this arrangement. What I really wanted was for him to save me and for him to change. So we parted ways. We said our goodbyes. We did our best for a while to stay friends. Yeah, we certainly tried. But even that was too painful. For me and for him. He was struggling too. I could see it. And I realized I wasn't the only victim. This man I had villainized in my head for a while, with his issues, his confidence, his audacity, his smile. I thought about it deeply, and it gave me pause to discover he's not the devil at all. Only a man with flaws. Yeah, I'm sure he loved me. When you boil it all the way down, when you strip away his ego, his fear of losing respect, his chauvinism, his fear of being alone, and his immediate rebound. Looking back now, I feel we both could have behaved better. Especially him. Just kidding. Kind of. Seriously, though, however, he never lived up to his potential, no matter how he scored it. He'll never be the man that I needed, and I'll never forgive him for it. But I hope he's better for this next girl. I hope he tries a little harder. I hope he listens to her fears and worries, even if they're about him. And I hope he doesn't scar her. I hope they grow in love and trust, are best friends, and are happy. But my greatest wish of all for him is to someday soon earn the name